Hey guys, coming at you today with a little bit different of a video. I happened upon all these brownie mixes around the same time I was developing my fudgy moist keto chocolate brownie recipe. So I wanted to see how these brownie mixes stack up to my homemade brownies, how long it takes, the cost, the nutrition, and if they taste as good. So let's get started. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Alicia and I'm a sous chef with a sweet tooth. And here I make delicious pastries from my time as a pastry chef. And my goal is to make the best keto desserts possible. If you enjoy this content, please hit the subscribe button down there. I'm coming at you every Saturday with a new keto dessert recipe. Except today, because we are doing a battle video. We're going to be starting off with this brand. I got this in a keto crate. The high points for this is that it's organic and vegan. The downside for keto is it's 5 grams of net carbs for an 11th of this package. This package retails on Walmart and Amazon for $8.49 a package. And with all the ingredients added in, if we cut it into 11, that's 83 cents per brownie. It does contain natural flavors, and it also contains chickpea flour, which is why I think the net carbs are a little bit higher, and then tapioca fiber, which this says 10 grams of fiber per brownie also. So we're starting out with this because it's baked at 375, which all the rest of the brownies are 350. I already got all my ingredients together. It took me about 5 minutes to get my pan done and all my ingredients measured out. So we're gonna time this and see how long it takes me to mix it up and get it into the oven. Let's just mix everything together in a bowl. So that's what we're doing. Just add in 1 egg, water, and avocado oil. Just mix thoroughly and put into pan. The only thing that took a little bit longer for this was preparing the pan, because it said a greased parchment paper pan. It is pretty thick. Oh, see, there's still flour in there. Jeez. Ugh. Okay, it's all mixed up into our pan. Ooh, it is really thick. Holy crapola. I think I need a sturdier spatula here. I think this one will work. Doesn't say anything about spreading it out. It just says pour it in, but definitely needs to be spread out because it is thick and sticky. Okay, popping this in the oven. It says 24 to 28 minutes. Doesn't say anything about testing it with a toothpick or anything, so I guess we'll just pull it out when we think it's done. Okay, next we're getting on to my homemade keto brownie. I'm doing it in my 9-inch springform pan because I only have one 8x8. So we did that one first, and then I'm going to do my homemade, and then the high key is an 8x8 also. So hopefully they'll be cool enough that I can pull those out with the parchment paper and get on to making the third batch. So now I already weighed out all my ingredients. It took me about 15 minutes to weigh out all my ingredients and to prepare my pan for my homemade brownies. The hardest part is sifting a cup of erythritol. Pain in the butt because it goes everywhere. But other than that, it's pretty simple to get together. So I'm going to time this one too, see how long it takes to put this all together. I'm not going to go into detail on this because you can always check out my brownie recipe video. I'll link it up there for you. But I'm just going to throw all this together and get these into the oven. Brownies are ready to go in the oven. So to compare these, that took me about 12 minutes. So a total of 27 minutes to get everything together, get it in the pan. Now, compared price-wise, I literally figured out exactly what my ingredients cost for this, which was not easy. For the batter, it cost me approximately $7.98. And if I cut this into 12 brownies, that's 67 cents a brownie. Only 1 gram of net carbs per a 1/12 of the brownie. I think it's like 1.3, but all those packages, they round down. So that's what I would do if I was marketing this, because that's what they all do. But there's no bad ingredients in here. Some of the ingredients are organic. The first ingredients in my brownie by weight is butter. So a lot of fat, not a lot of protein. And I used erythritol, monk fruit, and stevia for mine. Okay, the Pure brand brownies are out of the oven. It did not say about poking with a toothpick, but they looked done. I did 24 minutes. So I'm going to be setting these aside and getting my brownies into the oven for 22 minutes. And then we're on to the last brownie. Last difficult brownie. The other one is just a mug brownie, I guess. Okay, so this last one I got because high key, if you order any of their products online, they send you a little card and you can go and get a free snack. So this one is the most expensive one with using a half stick of butter and 2 eggs. It totals $11.08 and you get 12 brownies out of it. There's 92 cents per brownie. Now this one has allulose in it, but it also has erythritol, monk fruit, and stevia. And this one, the first ingredients are chocolate chips, which is interesting. So there's more chocolate chips in there than anything. No sugar added chocolate chips. And then the second is erythritol. So I'm guessing these are going to be a little bit sweeter than the other batch. And my second ingredient was erythritol. So might compare to the sweetness of my brownies. We shall see. We're starting with this one. We got to melt a whole stick of butter. Then you combine the butter with the mix. This one's much thinner than the other one, surprisingly. This one looks like a box brownie mix. It looks good. Now, to do these ones, I need to put it in just a greased 8x8 pan, so no parchment paper. As this sat, it got kind of thick because it's made with almond flour. This is 2 grams of net carbs per brownie. But I've never seen high key at any stores, so the accessibility of the Pure, I know I've seen it at Walmart. And most of my ingredients you can get at Walmart. The only thing is the whey protein. I always buy it online. The Iso Pure. I just used a little avocado oil spray. Popping this into the oven for, it says 25 minutes. My brownies have a couple more minutes and then we'll be pulling those out. Let them cool for a little bit and then we'll test the mug cake brownie against all those other 3. My brownies are out of the oven. They look delicious and fudgy. All the other brownies are by weight, like the brownie is going to be 40 grams. So I want to make sure that mine are weighed so that you can see if mine's bigger than the others and stuff like that for how much we're paying for it. I figured it out by just adding all my ingredients together with 600 grams and it came out to like 50 grams per brownie. The other ones are 40 grams per brownie, except for this guy who's 70 grams per brownie. This thing is huge compared to everything else. It has higher everything in it. And it's more expensive too. Okay, this guy just came out of the oven. I checked it at 25 minutes with a toothpick because that's what it said to do. It was completely gooey in the middle. So I set it for another 2 minutes. It made a weird dome in the middle, but other than that, it looks like brownies. We'll be back to try these all once they cool. Hey, we have all our brownies here, except for we gotta make this last guy. Pretty simple. We gotta melt a tablespoon of butter first. Now this guy, a lot bigger than all the other brownie portions. It has 22 grams of allulose in it, which if you're sensitive to allulose, that'll be a problem. It says 1 tablespoon of butter, 2 tablespoons of cold water. And this is made with almond flour and coconut flour. And it has palm oil in it, which is not a great oil. It's not sustainably sourced or anything. And this is $2.02 for the butter plus the mix. So it's the most expensive one, but obviously the most convenient. This just goes uncovered on high for 1 minute and then it has to cool for 2 minutes. And that is 5 grams of net carbs. So we're gonna start with the Pure brownie, which it says it's 11 servings, which I don't know how to get 11, but I'm gonna try to weigh it out because it says it's 40 grams. So I'm gonna take a little tiny square like this. Ooh, falling apart. Ooh, it's sticky. Maybe I should have baked longer. It looked done. Let's see if this is 40 grams. 37, so pretty darn close. This one, for this, is 5 grams of net carbs, so a little brownie. 10 grams of fiber and 4 grams of erythritol. Okay, this is out. We're gonna let it sit for now. Next, we'll do my brownie. 12 servings, 1 gram of net carbs. This obviously took the longest to put together at about 27 minutes. So to do 12, cut in half again, then into thirds. There you go, pretty close. Hey, now on to the high key brownies, which are still a little warm. This one's still in a pan, so it's gonna be harder to get out. That's the nice thing about the parchment paper. It took us an extra 4 minutes to do the pan for that, but it's easy to get out of the pan that way. So we're going to do these into 12. So this one is the most expensive. I've never seen it in stores. It may be in some stores. Oh, see, it's stuck pretty well on the bottom here. So that's 37. So pretty much just 3 grams light on all these guys. So that one stuck a little bit, but it might be better once it's completely cooled too. So could be my fault. Here are our 4 brownies to taste. Pin them against each other. Okay, let's start with the pure. This is organic. Very fudgy, pretty sweet also. I'm gonna try an edge piece, see if it's more done. It's very spongy. Chickpea flour. I've never had chickpea flour, so maybe that's what that does to it. It makes it like a spongy, airy brownie, but it's also fudgy. Pretty good. Enjoyable. I don't know if I'd use 5 grams of net carbs on one though. It's the only downside. So if you're low carb, I bet this would be a good option for you. That one costs 83 cents per brownie. Now for my brownie, mine is the cheapest. And plus you're going to have all those ingredients on hand. Most of my recipes use the same ingredients over and over again. You'll have all those ingredients on hand to make other desserts too. Mine is just super chocolatey and fudgy tasting. Surprisingly for erythritol being the second ingredient, it's not cooling at all and it's not super sweet. I use the baker's chocolate and cocoa powder. So it's not overly sweet. It's actually less sweet than the pure brand. Now the high key chocolate chip. It has kind of a weird flavor. It's definitely fudgy and moist and sweet. This is also made with almond flour. See if it's sweeter than the pure. It's definitely sweeter than the pure, and mine's the least sweet. These both kind of have a gummy texture. I think it's because of the one has Arcadia gum in it, and they both have that tapioca fiber in it. So I think that's what makes them kind of gummy. Mine's just like soft and smooth. On to our last one, mug cake. It looks more like a cake. It's a mug brownie, it's supposed to be, but it looks more like a cake. With 22 grams of allulose, you'd think this would be sweeter. And the second ingredient is allulose. And it's pretty sweet, but it's not as sweet as I was expecting. It's definitely like a mug cake. So, but that one is $2, but it's super convenient. So if you're just looking for a quick fix, add some ice cream on top. But again, it's 5 grams of net carbs, so it's a quarter of your daily value if you're sticking to 20. I don't know if it's really worth it. I mean, mine is only 1 gram, which is why I like mine, because I can have it and I can put some ice cream on it and it won't, you know, break my bank on net carbs for the day. Pure is definitely good if you're low carb. It's not super expensive. You can find it at Walmart. It has all organic ingredients, but it is 5 grams of net carbs for a little piece of it. The high key, I think, it's the most expensive. You know what I'm probably tasting? Is the sunflower lecithin. It's in the chocolate chips, it looks like. I've used it here and there because I thought it'd help with some stabilization on dessert recipes. But the taste of it's very strange to me. And the thing I like about mine is there is no nuts in it. And I actually have someone in my family that can't have nuts. Plus, I don't really like the texture of almond flour. But all of these were definitely edible. I mean, I wouldn't turn away any of these brownies. So it's really all what matters most to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed testing all these guys out for you. Leave me a comment. Let me know what kind of packaged mixes you guys like. If there's a company that you prefer besides these guys, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back with another keto dessert recipe soon.